Sweat Equity Podcast and Streaming Show, the number one comedy and business podcast on planet Earth. We're hosted by Law Smith, that's me, Eric Reginger, that's him, pragmatic entrepreneurial advice and dick jokes for that ass, hashtag girthy ROI, hashtag 69 B2B, hashtag Sweat Equity. We're on iTunes, Spotify, Laughable, YouTube, Facebook, Vimeo, your mom's Walkman. This episode is brought to you by Grasshopper. Try grasshopper.com/sweat. That'll hook you up with a business phone line, $50 off your business phone line. Don't be a jabroni and have a Google Voice number as your business line. Now it's time to look more professional than ever with a business phone line and not some kind of free system. Try grasshopper.com/sweat. Gets you the hookup, hooks this show up. So that's what you call that double Dutch rudder. That's that 69 in B2B that we're all about. Try grasshopper.com/sweat. FreshBooks, go freshbooks.com/sweat. Your accounting software, invoices, direct deposits next day. If you have a Chase business account, can be that business day. FreshBooks is so much easier than Xero or QuickBooks. If you go to gofreshbooks.com/sweat, you'll get the hookup on your annual subscription through us. I believe it's $50, could be $100. You're going to have to go to gofreshbooks.com/sweat to find out on your own. And Warby Parker, warbyparkertrial.com/sweat. Get your spectacles, your sunglasses, eyeglasses prescription. I got them. I went to my optometrist, got the prescription. Boop, scanned it up. They sent 5 free pairs to me. I had a bunch of women in the office I was working at the time tell me what looks good, and on my fat horse head, and found a pair of glasses that works. warbyparkertrial.com/sweat. Send you 5 pairs to your house. Hooks this show up. If you're getting glasses anyway, it's gonna be $95 versus the $300 you're paying at the retail places. And don't go online. If you're going online now, right? Like it's absurd to go to Lens Crafters online to get your goddamn sunglasses, prescription wise. warbyparkertrial.com/sweat. And as always, you can help this show. If you don't want to help with the sponsors, those aren't for you. You can help the show by sharing it, telling a friend. People are lonely as fuck right now in this crisis. They need conversation that's outside of their house, and podcasts are kind of where it's at. We want to be a resource during this time. And so share it along, pass this podcast. You can pass it on and hate on us. We don't even give a shit. But if you like us, go on iTunes, give 5-star review. Let's go. Hotty toddy. God almighty.
What about my sweat equity? Sweat equity. Sweat equity. My sweat equity. My sweat equity. Sweat equity. What about my sweat equity?
We're rolling, buddy.
We're rolling.
Yeah.
You look like you're in a snuff film.
So do you. Doesn't look good. My house looks yellow, huh?
Dude, I went and I set up the soft light. I tried to make it a real production because I didn't want to let you down.
I let myself down.
Well, I was trying to think of, since everybody's working from home now, right?
Yes.
It's that thing of like, I'll probably do it because now we have a weird amount of time on our hands that we don't realize. Like, this is kind of a mitzvah in a way. I'm trying to look at it.
Well, I am.
Well, like, think about it. Like, okay, so you're basically eliminating all the extracurricular activities, right?
Yeah.
You and I have always talked about like having that structured schedule is the best. So even we both have kids, we're going to have to do the Little House on the Prairie shit where we're teaching them. By the way, have you seen the beginning of that movie, Hostels?
Hostels?
Yeah,
What
I
is
think it's
that?
Hostels. It's
Do you rent it at Blockbusters?
Yeah, yeah. You get it at Hollywood Video.
Videos? I'm making fun of that you called it hostels.
Is it Hostiles?
Hostel. One.
Hostels.
Just one.
Hostel?
Yes. Oh my
So
God, move on.
I did the dad thing where I pluralized something that was singular.
Yeah, like Blockbusters.
No, it's that Christian Bale movie.
Oh, that's a different one.
That's what I'm talking about. The beginning of the movie.
Hostiles?
Yeah, the beginning of the movie is crazy because it shows, and this is all I kind of think about is when I'm thinking. This is a morbid thought, but if you watch the beginning of that movie, it's a really good movie. It's on Netflix, I think, and I definitely watched it on there a couple months ago. I don't know if it's still on there, but the beginning of the movie is a mom teaching her daughters adverbs, like what an adverb is.
Mm-hmm.
And the dad's outside, like, I don't know, like collecting lumber or something like that, like chopping wood.
Right.
And then a bunch of engines, I think is how the PC way to call it.
Yeah.
Bunch of
Washington Redskins.
A bunch of yeah, like a bunch of them come on horses, kill the dad, and then it's like, oh my God, this is the worst movie I've ever seen. That's the beginning. It's like a Terry Gilliam kind of setting.
Uh-huh.
It's
Okay.
very like
Desolate.
it's very, yeah, it's very Christopher Nolan-esque the way it's shot. I thought like the cinematography is amazing. Whatever. Anyway, I think about that where it's like, oh yeah, well everybody really had to teach their kids shit, and it's not that hard. I think about like everybody complaining about having to do all this stuff at home, and it's like, yeah, but we have the internet.
Yeah. Oh, dude, we taught our daughter
You're
to ride a
thinking about
bike.
it like
Avery
the
learned how
80s.
to ride a bike this week,
Yeah,
which is way past due. But still, we're getting things done.
look, I need to step up my my daughter's 2.5, and I need to get better about being able to do her hair because it's one of those little things in my head that I wrote down on my list. Hey, you need to get better at this.
You've got a head
'Cause
start, though. You already do ponytails for yourself.
She doesn't want a man bun like Dada. So you got to step up your pigtail game. But
Oh, pigtails? No, I do ponytails. That's it. Maybe
It's
a
about
little
like-
braid. If I'm
Well, she wants it lightweight. She doesn't want to. Her hair is really long now, so she doesn't want a lot of weight in the back.
Okay. Is that what she said? She's doing.
She said, "Yeah." She said, "Distribution of hair weight."
Yes. Is this the show? Did you even intro the show?
No, I thought we are doing that in post.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is the show.
Okay.
Are you new?
Feel like it. Feels
I
weird.
feel like a beaten girlfriend. The way I'm looking at you on video, but your head's to the side.
Yeah. Keep talking,
You're
lady.
aggressively talking to me.
I'm just playing on the computer the whole time.
Right.
Yeah,
playing.
I'll get to it.
I'm playing
I'll do it
Snood.
later.
Okay. I can play Snood and listen.
We should let everybody know the new studio is actually for real, 100% happening. I've been working on it, building it. Shortly, hopefully later this week, we'll be able to get in there and record for real.
Yeah, my question I should have asked off air, but I'm going to do it now. Is do we have 6 feet of room to be able to pod with you and I? Because I still want to keep that social distancing.
We'll have to figure it out, Get
Like
some
we're at the
hula hoops,
ATM.
3-foot hula hoop each, put it around our waist, heads, whatever.
I have a tape measure with me everywhere. I have my wide receiver gloves for the doors,
Yeah.
and I have people like those the medical like CVS style masks like you're putting on right now.
Boom.
It's got like two white kind of elastic parts that go around your ears, but I've got the spray paint kind. The harder one that you feel a little bit more like a ninja.
Yeah.
Like
Gas
Sub-Zero?
mask style, like World War One.
Yeah. And I gotta say, I catch myself in the reflection with all that shit on. I look fucking
I'm a
hot.
badass.
I look like Bane.
I do love seeing the new, like, the old ladies at the store, what their ideas are. I saw 2 old ladies with rubber gloves on. They're standing about 8 inches from each other's faces,
Yeah.
holding up their phone with like yellow cleaning gloves on. Like, look at my grandchild just breathing all over each other. All right.
Right. And the phone's like the worst part.
Yeah. I mean, anything but your hands.
I would say the things that's kind of all right. So my biggest kind of trying to articulate this, right? That's what makes this a little difficult because no one's ever dealt with this, right? Really, like the economy hasn't 100% collapsed yet, but the nervousness of feeling that forthcoming. We're recording this on what is it, the 30th?
Yes.
Afternoon, March 30th afternoon. So it's like everybody's feeling that anxiety. Anybody that's worked in a service, if you're in the service business, even professional services that most people can work from home, your lawyers, your accountants, all that stuff, they're feeling that effect too because they're going to lose a lot of clients. I'm feeling it. I had a lot of B2B clients in my pipeline that are either just said, like straight up, like the way the messages get to me are like they're on fire. They're basically like, we got to cancel all our talks until I can talk to you later.
Yeah,
it's like shit like that.
Yeah,
you're like,
man.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. I mean, there are the stimuli coming out packages, and I've been going through and figuring because like there was one in Florida that we got that was like up to $50,000 for a year, no interest.
Did you already apply?
I started to do the paperwork for that one, and then another one comes out where it's like 2.5 months of your payroll, whatever, minus this, minus that, with possibly no payback happening. And it's like, okay, what is happening? And it's just like, it's a big paperwork quiz. Like, if you could do the paperwork, you might get it. But it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, so that we need to find. I want to find someone that knows how to apply for those because that's not you and I strong suit. No, well, I want the tips. I want there's got that application has to be like, there's got to be a strategy to it, right?
No, I don't think so. I think you just fill it out. The one I was looking at today was basically the thing was like, call your primary lender and see what they do and go from there. But like, I think the one I was looking at that is a possible no payback. You don't have to, like, you can go there first, shop it with a bank, and then they'll kind of lead you through it.
Well, y'all's business is in a different position than I think most might be. Well, not most, but I'd say you're probably average to a lot of local small businesses where y'all have a major lender already. Mm-hmm. Whereas I'm looking at it like, probably more of the gig economy worker style that is doing their own thing, but doesn't have a current loan going like that, like a professional big boy one.
Yeah. But well, it doesn't have to be who you're banking with would be a good start.
Right. But I'm saying like, what I'm saying is like, I have a list I was pulling. I wanted to give a shout out to the guy who wrote it. There's a very comprehensive list on QuickBooks' blog that has, and they keep updating every day. It was something I wanted to do, but just didn't get around to it because my computer has been shot the last week and I just fixed it today. But this writer has been updating. Here's every bridge loan application that they know of for each state. And then here's, they don't have the city ones, but then I was finding other ones just by a Google alert. That was, Facebook's got one, right? They have one, they're doing, I want to see all the private ones, right? So if we have listeners that are kind of trying to figure this out, here's what I think. Here's how I would go about it. Check out the SBA loan. You might as well look into applying for that. You don't have to take it. It doesn't do a hard pull or anything. You might as well apply for these things and just see what happens. So you have the options down the line.
Or at least gather the info that they're all going to ask for.
Correct.
Get your tax returns together, get all whatever, financials that you anticipate. And like, that's definitely one of them.
There's 3 different federal ones for the SBA, I think, according to that QuickBooks article. There's even ones for the gig economy workers, the digital freelancers, the people that have no health insurance, have no insurance at all, basically are doing whatever they can online work, right? Stuff like that. Then every state pretty much has its own stimulus package for a bridge loan too. And I'm kind of shorthanding bridge loan as no interest, loan for a crisis right now.
Yeah.
And then look up your city. So we're in Tampa. The city of Tampa has a lot of their own worth looking into. And then the county as well. So,
well, I would say start with the ones that are possible that you don't have to pay back.
That sounds absurd.
No,
don't pay back.
Well, it's a stimulus. It's the same as bailing out the banks. They're bailing out the people. Like I think it was the SBA 7A loans that I was talking about, where it's if you keep all of your employees on, you can get like 2.5 months of whatever your payroll costs are to keep people on board without having to pay them, because the unemployment is like insane right now.
Right. And there's no such thing as a free lunch. That's where my head goes when I hear no payback. There is.
Tell that to the auto industry.
Well, it's like we talked about on the show a lot. Like if you have health insurance, you don't have to opt in, but it should be so incentivized to opt in on those wearables or whatever. Like we shouldn't have to pay. Insurance is a pool of money. We shouldn't have to pay for a higher premium because 40% of Americans are obese. It's one of those things.
They're just going to print more money. Quantitative easing. What are you talking about?
Oh, quantitative easing.
That's what they're doing. That's what they're going to do.
I know. I haven't heard that term in a long time.
I know. Ease it back in, baby. Lots of lube.
And I'm just saying there is. So between your federal, your state, your city, and your county, there's a lot of options for a lot of people. And like if you so happen to live in Seattle near Amazon, like just that proximity near Amazon is helping you because they have their own. So there's private ones too. If anybody knows the private ones, send them to us. We'll try to push it out there. But like, I know Facebook's doing theirs, and I think it breaks down to only like $3,333 average that they'll be able to give to each applicant, that whatever their cutoff was for maximum amount.
Right.
But, that's for digital agencies. So, that there's a lot of stuff out there. I feel like that my gut feeling without really thinking, going too deep on it is this is a weird one, because it's like
there's like nowhere else to turn but the government. Like, what are you going to do? Because you look around, it's like, well, I had to stop paying. I had to fire my guy because and everybody's losing business, and then it's just this crazy snowball effect. I don't know, man.
It's weird. It's weird because it's not like there's one thing to blame, except a lot of people are making the China jokes, just like, or that big black dude's cock that everybody gets misdirected text for.
Misdirected? Yeah. I think you've sent it to me like 14 times.
I sent it to our fantasy baseball league.
Yeah, my dad
that your dad's
thought that was hilarious.
He's like, please stop.
He was fine.
I can't wait to look him in the eyes and laugh about it. And he'll be like, uh-huh.
Yeah. Well, good. I'll be looking forward to that too.
So I was like, this is going to be extra weird when I see Eric's dad again.
It'd be fine if you were a winner. If you're diamond status like me.
I'm the one throwing those memes
whatever
out
I want.
So I think that's like worth looking into, but I want to try to see if there's a strategy for there's people that know how to do this, especially like what's going to be predatory too.
Yeah.
Right. There's going to be shit out there that, look, not everybody's even following the rules right now. And my big overall theme is that a lot of people are acting like the severity is the same thing as the contagious part, right? So the death toll isn't really as severe as what we feel like. We're misconstruing the two things. Like,
Yeah.
we're doing proactive measures that are, a little, that seem a lot more.
It seemed like an overreaction because we
Right.
think that we're thinking Ebola,
Right,
bleeding
we're
from the
thinking,
eyes and barfing blood. It's like,
Right.
no, I mean,
not
it's
the
not
Black Plague.
good. It's not good, but like lots of people recovered.
But they're saying
Tom Hanks coming back Oscar next year.
Right. And Dyson, the biggest story is Dyson already in 10 days, made a better ventilation thing for a system. That should be the fuck that Tiger Cat.
Tiger King?
Netflix, whatever. Like, I'm
Joe
tired
Exotic.
of seeing that guy's mullet everywhere.
I don't know, man. It's a pretty interesting story if you haven't watched it.
I'll check it out. But I'm saying, like, the Dyson story should be the lead, not that guy.
I will say I've seen a lot of news stories about manufacturers. Some car manufacturers are like shifting their manufacturing to just straight up produce respirators now and stuff. And it's a nice thing to see. Like they're cutting back on, the stuff that makes them money to try and help the common good finally.
Well, no, it's not even that. It's where the money goes sometimes. Because I'm talking to manufacturers every day as potential clients and people I've been talking to, and they're looking around going, okay, we just lost two of our biggest, clients that can't pay us. Like, people are straight up just getting like, oh, we have 3 clients where I was a manufacturer, and 2 of them just told us they're not going to pay us because they can't. And so they're looking around and going like, what do we have here? Right?
We could flip this and
and
ourselves
so
look really good.
I fully believe that people will find, if you've ever had a water leak on your roof, it's the worst, because water, it'll find its way to find that little opening wherever it is. If you try to patch it, you're going to patch and it's going to find another seam, right? I feel like
if there is one,
I feel like most people's, you can call it American entrepreneurialism, or you can call it just self-protection. But I feel like most people, a lot of people that are going to figure out a way to bounce this back, right?
Yeah.
My biggest thing is we have the internet. This isn't Outbreak, that movie, where it's hard to do business. We're like, the fact that we have Zoom is fucking amazing.
Yeah. 10 years ago, this would have sucked.
Right. And like, I tried to write something. I couldn't figure out how to make it a funny enough joke, but it was like, what if we were in mid 90s with AOL? Like, we have internet. We know we can get to people, but we suck at it, and it's slow
Busy
as fuck.
signals out the ass.
Right. And someone gets on the phone.
Upgrade to that 56K.
Like, fuck.
Yeah.
You have to get a second phone line. So like, you have to get all those AOL discs with minutes on it and shit. So it's like, there is things to look at and be like, this could be a lot worse too. And I think people will have to pivot short term. I like that most people are like, I was talking to my sister and she's like, fuck it. She's in a really nice house, but she's like, fuck it. I'm doing all these outside projects and I'm putting a above ground pool because who gives a shit anymore? And I'm like, yeah, I like that.
Oh, dude, our house looks entirely different. We painted the entire inside of our house, got our kitchen redone. Like, we're getting stuff that we've been putting off is finally getting done.
I've made time every day to reach out to people I haven't talked to in a long time. And it's just, again, kind of
They're
not
like,
to book in the whole
coronavirus. Listen to this guy.
Well, I don't want to wring my hands, and talking to people helps. And just, I used to be like that guy that would just randomly call you anyway. I used to do it when I was in traffic a lot, and I found myself not doing that as much because I just wasn't driving a lot. Like, you and I are used to this work from home life. Some good rules I heard are like, create boundaries. Like, I'm wearing a nice shirt because I did a meeting earlier, but like, when I get up and go do work, I'm much better if I get up, just not stay in my PJs.
Stand up. Let's see them pants.
Oh yeah. Boom.
Yeah.
You want to see that?
Jean
dick?
shorts. Thought so.
Yep. Yeah.
Frayed jean shorts.
One nut out each leg.
I've got them cropped. I saw the whole thing.
It's so that was what it was going to be for like writing a little content more and more. I'm trying to put it out there that I need to utilize this time to double down with our podcast, because we know that's in a good direction, and we have the ability to do a lot more content now that we have time to fill up, right?
Yeah.
So I was dictating while walking the dog last night about just here's how to not be a total asshole on Zoom when you're doing a meeting. And one was wear pants, wear appropriate clothing,
or jean shorts.
But you're not a Sports Center anchor from the 90s where they'd wear a blazer and basketball shorts.
Yeah.
Like
Classic.
You can't, because more times than not, I've been called out. I'd get up to like get a cup of water while I'm on a meeting, you know?
Yeah.
I'd be like, I'll be right back and be like, are you wearing neon shorts? You're like, oh shit. Just know
you have
that
to like
you're not
do the
that
like
good.
roll out, like dip down.
Yeah, but you're in the middle of a meeting and you're not thinking about it, right? Like you're just like, you're not thinking about the framing. That's the other thing. Frame yourself correctly. A lot of people will, if you're looking at this video, they'll be like, what am I doing? They'll just have like their chin.
Yeah.
And it'll be like an up.
Can you hear me?
Right. An upshot. It's like talking to a guy that George Mirasan.
Yeah. The dad angle. The dad angle.
My biggest thing though is like, hey, why don't you get there 15 minutes early? And if you don't know the app or your computer, maybe be curious and figure that out. Like,
yeah, like we did today, where it took us an hour to figure this out the proper way. Who knows? It probably won't work.
We were trying to do more advanced shit with our live stream studio software. We might do OBS. I don't know, but we can figure that out. We don't have to. We just were like, all right, now we can't be perfectionists. We got to just get an episode out there.
I know it's been a while.
But I'm saying, like, how many video conferences have you been on that start on time because everybody's ready to go?
Yeah.
There's always one person that's like, oh, I got to download a plugin. Hold on.
Yeah.
Or like, or they don't know how the audio settings work. Easy hint. If you have an iPhone and you use Zoom, they've got a one touch button. Boop, boop. It'll dial all shit for you. All the like meeting code and all that stuff. Yeah.
Sweet. Oh, I'm losing you a little bit, robot face.
But you can use your iPhone or your phone as your audio, and then turn off the fucking audio on your computer. Because what a dad move is they use the speaker off their laptop.
Yeah, get that reverb, dog.
Right. But they don't know that because they have dad hearing.
Right. That's just my
like,
standard ringing I hear.
It's always someone, the people that do that the most, it's always a higher up that no one has any clout to be able to be like, excuse me, sir, can you fix this?
Mute your shit, boss.
Right. So it's like, get 15 minutes early, check the shit out. Hey, maybe hardline your internet.
I know. That's why I got I don't have a hardline on you right now. That's why I'm losing you. I'm not.
Oh, really?
You're still here, but.
Oh. And then if you want to step up your game, like you can get some cheap production equipment, online. You get a microphone like Eric's using right now.
But it's forcing me to be up close to the camera. I recognize that I'm much closer than you. I'd prefer your framing, the cool guy with the button down. But
yeah, I'm gonna put one button down.
Dad with the nose hairs.
But like, I put a soft light up. Do I know lighting the best? No, but I just go, this looks like if we were shooting a documentary, this would work.
Yeah.
I
needed to do that. I got this yellow light. Got the golden shower look.
Right. You can step it up. You don't have to be like makeup tutorial YouTube artist, like wannabe.
Ring light.
You can just, a ring light's fine. A ring light's maybe better for a lot if you're up close.
Yeah. If it's if it's like this, that's, just one shot of your face. Yeah, that works.
And then the other thing is that boundary of working from home that a lot of people don't know unless they've done it is when you're at work kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like working from the kitchen counter doesn't, I call that kind of either kind of hurry up and wait work or like light work, like, you know, your personal email stuff or like stuff that you don't need your whole brain for kind of thing.
Yeah.
So when you're doing, you as the person doing your work with the video, you got to be aware of the sound behind you too, like that it's not bothering the shit out of everybody else at your house.
Yeah.
You know,
Sure, that's good.
so you know, seal up. So sound is like wherever there's air. You know, if you have a door like that has a big gap between the floor and the bottom of the door, you plug that shit up with a towel or something.
Wow.
Because it's not like everybody's gonna be able to hear you throughout the whole thing. You know.
Oh, you're talking about your roommates?
Just anybody. I was hearing. I was just listening to a couple podcasts that were talking, just kind of bitching about this stuff, and I was like, yeah, but it's also both ways. Like, you got to be respectful of other people in your domicile. You know.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I guess I don't know. I
It's-
kind of run this place.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do whatever.
You mean the snuff film basement? It looks like you're in.
Yeah, in this room, I get to do whatever I want. I open that door, and I'm on duty.
It's like my man cave cubicle. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I'll take it.
Where are we at? What's the time on?
We're at about 28, so we should probably wrap it up. Paulie's getting awfully whiny out there.
Well, there's a lot of stuff to go over. But again, I want to try to see if we can get, you know, it might be better for us to get good guests because people are now used to doing more video and people are home.
Yeah,
you know,
probably
like,
work better for us. People understand how to use this stuff. Although we really haven't had a lot of problems. It seems.
bro,
you
have
know,
you seen? So there's a local church here that was
Yes.
live streaming.
with like
Isn't that-
1,000 people there?
Oh my God.
I saw it on Reddit, like the main page.
The
Stupid
one from
Tampa
here?
Church.
Oh,
yes,
fuck.
named Tampa Church. Yes, I was like, I don't want to know.
I saw it, dude. It is like, it's basically like fuck you. It's like that's such a fuck you, and it's one of those. I want to say it's the one that speaks in tongues, like a Pentecostal or
Oh
something.
God, I
Right,
think it was
it's-
evangelical something.
Yeah, something like that. So it's like, I was like, what the fuck? Like, to me, I'm like, you guys don't have to go. Like, that's sweet.
I know.
Like,
Like,
I'm still a
what?
little kid about it. Like, I don't want to go.
I know.
I go to church as an adult, but it's like, fuck, I don't want to go.
That's why
It's
you're
like
all,
go-
you're like, I'm gonna try and go to church. I'm like, why? You
Because
can watch
it's something
church on TV, you know.
It's something I don't want to do, and I know it's in the right direction. It's like jogging. Like, I know, like, getting, long distance running is good for me if I kind of continue to do it in a lot of different ways.
Mm.
But fucking hate it so much.
I'm just gonna leave it alone.
What's that?
I'm not gonna pick that apart. That
Why?
analogy. Well, because if you run, you have a direct benefit. You can lose weight. You know.
Yeah,
I just
I
don't-
get the benefit of that church is community for me. So, plus I like
That's what you
finding
need.
out-
That's what you need. More community.
right.
Be up
We
in
all do.
people's grills more.
And what?
Be up in people's grills more.
Yeah. I said the Lord's gonna smote you.
You're there for the free donuts after.
We got bagels at ours because we're down with Jews.
Oh, okay. Cool.
All right. Well,
Yeah. Well,
it
like
feels
I
weird
said,
without
I
all our
know.
bells and whistles.
I
doing
know.
this.
All right. Well, we'll
I
check
miss
it.
you.
I miss you too, buddy. Or
Ah.
a few days, I'm gonna have that studio set up. We'll be good to go. It'll be a whole different ball game.
Yeah, but
Very
I
exciting.
still can't touch your face. Normally we would do Eskimo kisses right before we start off
Right.
camera.
I know. They don't want to see our morning cheer.
What about my sweat equity?
But yeah, anybody that has resources that's listening to this, send it on over, and I'm happy to pass it along. We can be a vessel of information, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Bye. Hotty toddy.
Shit.
Woo.